Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here in the Napoleonic world once again with the British marching in line formation. And where are they today? They're in the middle of Egypt. They're in like an Egyptian expedition, I guess, of some sort. It's like, I can just hear shouts going on all the way over here. So we have the French already engaging, it seems. So that's straight off the bat. They got some Guard Imperial units here. But yes, we have 3 British armies here today. We have the British Egyptian expedition. We have 2 Peninsular armies. And then we have Saxony. Saxony's here, yes. I feel like someone forgot the memo to come as Britain in this game. But yeah, here are the Saxons, and they're doing a good job with these Chevaliers, because they're breaking a lot of these Guard Imperial, well, they're trying to break these Guard Imperial units. They've broken one here, a Lancer, breaking another one there, some Gendarmes. They're running now for the hills. They're like Grenadiers almost. And then we've got some Dragoons just running. So there you go. So a decent trade there. I think that's 1 Saxon unit for 3 French. A good trade there. But yes, facing them today, obviously, is the Guard Imperial French. I'll have a quick look at these guys. These guys look awesome. Look at them. Look at them marching through the water, trying to get a bit of a bridgehead. Not a bad idea. See, they are trying to get a bridgehead. They might have needed that cavalry support really, because they're now going to get charged by Saxon cavalry. And these, this is the Young Guard here, I think. Young Guard Voltigeurs. Gonna get run down. And there you go, they're already gone. Well, they might not disintegrate. Actually, to be fair, there's a lot of infantry there. They might not break all that, the cavalry. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing Napoleon Total War at the moment on the channel, and this is obviously NTW 3, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe from you around here, and a comment show your support as some artillery goes off. Got some howitzers firing now, chucking shots in, trying to break this cavalry. But yes, this is a very close one, I've been told. And yeah, it comes down to a point, apparently, because obviously the buildings here are obviously worth points. So this one apparently comes down to points. It's a very, very close one. You can see the French already breaking. Huge breaking here by the Young Guard Voltigeurs. So looks like the Saxons, even though they're the odd one out, they're doing a good job here. Anyway, yes, they are facing today the French. The French I've got as their allies. Obviously the Guard Imperial. They got Denmark. So I'll call them Denmark, like they're spelt there. We'll also have the Spanish, like Spain over there, says 1807 to 1814, and then we also have Iran here. So I've not actually seen Iran yet, so it'll be kind of interesting to see. They're rarely brought, but it will be interesting to see them here. You can see the general at the moment, but that's about it. You can hear cannons rolling up. But yeah, they could do with Iran and Denmark could certainly do with getting onto the battlefield, because looks like Saxony's doing a lot of damage to France. But you can see the next wave of the Guard Imperial are now up. The uniforms look amazing for the Guard Imperial. You see the Allies have now taken a building. They're taking this farmhouse here. Have the Saxons. You can get their troops up on top of the roof. Fire down. Just pick off on those people there. Don't know why they've gone silent all of a sudden. Very strange. Some Schutzen in there. So clearly the Schutzen has just got. They've got silenced rifles at this point. Silenced muskets. I think the chasseurs of the Guard are falling back as well. Don't really want to engage that. I would assume most of these units can form square because they're Guard Imperial. You can see that the British army is coming over here, and they're going to get double teamed with the Guard Imperial by the looks of it. There's some huge units here. 118 Royal Irish Dragoon Guards. A really good unit. King's German Legion Dragoons. A lot of them here. Lots of, looks like more King's German Legion coming over here. We've got rifled units. I think these are, well, they're certainly light foot. Don't know if they're rifled actually. They look awesome. And we've got lots of infantry obviously coming over as well. King's German Legion again coming over here. We'll quickly have a look and see what's happening on the other side. It looks like another sort of river crossing standoff. The French hold this one with their hussars here. In their red, in their famous red. Then we've got the English. This is the other Peninsular army. I think the Egyptian corps is in the middle. Yeah, it looks like this Peninsular army is a bit slower in getting to that river crossing. Obviously, it doesn't have like a Saxon ally much closer. The French have managed to get themselves across. They've edged across, and they're very much. I don't think this is a really good idea, to be honest, because they're going to put their cannon on the flank, which is where all this cavalry is, and an artillery piece is setting up here. So I mean, they're kind of exposing their flank, and now that they've lost their cavalry, they can't really. They've got no mobility, so they're kind of pinning themselves in here. So really, they're going to need help of an ally. There you go. there going off from the Young Guard, firing off that light company. They're going to need an ally like Denmark or Iran to start coming across, trying to stretch them. Like, certainly could, if this is a river crossing here, there's only 2 units of musketeers defending this choke point. There is some artillery, but it looks like the British are a long way off. They have like this is the Egyptian army, and they've got all their stuff a lot further back. Look, you can see the difference in the uniforms in the time. Like, they have such different uniforms here. It's so weird. Those Connaught light infantry. But yeah, I would definitely think that the Danish want to be pushing across here as soon as possible. But we'll quickly go back over to here where all the action seems to be going on. As we can see, the Young Guard's still raking fire down on these British. I mean, they're going to get the flank though here. The British going to be able to get a nice flank in with their King's German Legion light foot. And get some good shots off here into the flank. Hopefully they can get some kills on these elite units. And the Guard Imperial Army is always so much smaller than a typical army. They're always, oh look, you can see like some of them dropping down dead there. You always want to make this unit, or this army, sorry, a support army really. You never want it to go out on its own on a limb, because all the units are really expensive, so they're always outnumbered. And look, you can see King's German Legion already coming down the hill. I think they took some friendly fire, because they just got shot by their own cannon, I think. King's German Legion going into that Guard Imperial, the Young Guard there. These Young Guard are always in so much like action, and they're routing just like that. So is the one on the like next to it. You can see lots of units forming square. This unit needs to form square. It needs to stop marching forward and form square. Form square, fools. Or maybe they can't. Maybe they can't. This Young Guard. I always thought Young Guard could form square. He's going to try and fire at point blank range with the Dragoon Guards going in. The King's German Legion Dragoons, not Dragoon Guards. Yeah, broken another one, a third one. They might get this one as well because the infantry's focusing down this. Yeah, focusing down this infantry unit, the light infantry there, and it's so easy to kill a square formation with concentrated musket fire. And already, look at this, the Guard Imperial down to 5 units of infantry. General already, Mortier is running back across the river. We've got a Young Guard. Is it a Young Guard? Yeah, it looks like a Young Guard artillery piece here. Now that's going to get killed, and that'll break. Oh, jeez. Artillery going off there. And yeah, this cavalry is just causing all sorts of chaos. I think this is the howitzer here, yeah. Howitzer here trying to desperately fire some shots across the river at the artillery there. Definitely will, at the cavalry there, sorry. I don't think they're going to save it. I mean, they're trying to look at this. Little musket fire just going off in the squares. They're trying to stop them. I think this is good. Yeah, here they go. You can see they're desperately trying to hit it. That's going to hit their own troops. Yeah, that will hit between their own squares. It did break them though. Look at that. They've wavered. That was enough to scare them off. But the Guard Imperial is in real trouble. Guard Imperial in real trouble. Cavalry on this side. Looks like they've had a bit of a skirmish actually. Looks like French went across, and I feel like they've been scared off. I think that's French cavalry anyway. It's hard to tell from the like the dead models. That could be French or that could be British. I think that might be British actually. Yeah, light dragoons here. Yeah, these might be the guys that. No, I don't know. I don't know who had a fight. I'm not quite sure. I think it actually might be all the British. I think they're getting focused down by this artillery. Yeah, look at their numbers. You can see they're all getting focused down by artillery. So this artillery here across the bridge is just taking names. They realize they don't have to go across to the French. They're going to play hard to get. And they're just going to use their 8-pounder here, and they're just going to put holes into that cavalry, which is a really good idea. Down the center, it looks like Iran is starting to show a few of its units. We have some, I don't even know what unit this is. I'm going to say it's like a light infantry unit, since it's quite a small one. Just going across. Such an unprofessional looking army in comparison to like the European ones at this point. Taking another building here, though, are the British. I should really say the Allies, because it's the British and the Saxons, but I mean then the French would obviously see everyone else as their allies and their alliance. But you can see here, look at this, already a bayonet charging with the Young Guard going into the Schutzen. Desperation, it feels like this is a sense of desperation for me. You see the Chevaliers coming in here, a lot of cavalry now getting thrown in. The French are not across this river. They should have played on this side of the river and just defended, because the Saxons were here so much quicker, and they had the support of the British as well. They're going to try and form square in a river crossing. That's a bold play. They managed it. They might break this cavalry. But look at this already. This unit here is just done for. This cautious unit finished. Being fired at point blank range. Get rid of the map from them. Look at all that. Look at the chaos going on in the background. Everyone just firing rapidly at the full squares right in front of them. And now there's just the artillery coming over. It looks like Iran is sending over some units. Again, these might be like sort of irregulars. They're just going to be doing some sharpshooting, supporting the French. I mean, they have to play defensive now. They have to play defensive. I don't know if they're actually defending a defensive point. No, the building is on the other side. So yeah, they only have... Well, the French have one building here, 2, 3. So that's... I think this one down here is actually a 2-pointer. So there's 2, 3... 4 possible points for the Allies, and then 3 for the French and their allies currently. And that's if it comes down to obviously down to points. It may just come down to just defeating each other. You see the French, not the French, the British are just standing off now, just waiting. Looks like there's been a little bit of a sniping going on over here as well. The Danish sent some cavalry across. Clearly got routed by these 2 units here. I always feel like if you're going to send up cavalry, you always have to have infantry in close support, just to basically either to charge in with the cavalry or just to fire onto the flanks and help rout the enemy infantry a lot quicker. You see some again some Danish irregulars here just doing some sharpshooting, just trying to soften these guys up. I've been getting a few kills, nothing major. It'd be really cool if they shot like officers and flag bearers. That'd be really cool. Got some Egyptian units here. Got Cameronian foot Persia. That's an interesting name. Got a lot of British infantry here though. Sending actually a lot across. The Egyptian players sending a lot over to this choke point here. Mainly because I think Iran is starting to show what he is going to do. Showing his colours. Unfurling the colours. The French have crossed here as well. They have got some line infantry across here. So I wonder if there'll be more. I imagine they wouldn't have just sent one across. So the Spanish are across. Just not in the river crossing we imagine they'd get across in. And the Egyptian player is also here ready with a lot of divisions. Or regiments I should say. Probably is about a division's worth of men there. Yeah, you can see more coming across now. I've got grenadiers over here. These guys are going to be a real tough bunch to break. Well, okay. They don't look it, but they will be. They actually look quite ragtaggy. The Spanish army does look quite ragtaggy, if I remember. Obviously, it's kind of a bit of a doomed campaign. Back over here, looks like the artillery is still going off. Still doing damage. The British are now just using sharpshooters. A really smart idea. Just using these guys to... just soften up the French. Again, not quite sure why we don't have any noise for some of the rifles, but there you go. Royal American Rifles, the Jaggers. Don't know if that's supposed to be like the Jaegers, but the British just botched pronunciations, so they just named them the Jaggers instead of the Jaegers. Probably, almost certainly knowing 19th century Britain, that was the case. Schutzen here, setting up. Again, doing some trust. I don't believe these guys can be irregulars then. They might just be a really weak infantry unit. Because otherwise I would have thought these guys could fire back, but maybe not. Maybe they don't have the range. Yeah, but the Iranians are falling back. Iranians, Persia, same thing really. French have got cavalry here though. They need to be careful to the British and the Saxons because they could just go in with this cavalry unit and rout a load of infantry. Obviously this one in the building's pretty safe, but... You need to be careful. Line infantry now opening fire for the Spanish French army. Getting some volleys off. These men are veterans fighting various guerrilla warfare, against guerrilla warfare and the British. You can hear the cavalry. The cavalry's gone. Oh, it's the Iran. Iran has sent its cavalry and he's gone for the Schutzen. Not a bad idea. I don't know how good this cavalry is, but it's pretty solid. Seems to be doing a lot of damage there. They need to be probably going after like this Connaught Ranger out here now. It's all on its own. Oh, it's just going to go back across the river. Fair enough. Only took a few losses. Not a bad trade. The French have got a big flank going on here with this cavalry. They might have sent this cavalry that they had all the way over here or back. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it's right at the back of the map. All the way back of the formation. It's now is rushing up. And a fully fledged line infantry fight is underway. It's the Peninsula Army against this, the French Peninsula Army. So that's kind of apt that they're facing each other. The British going to open fire. They're just going to chill. They're just going to chill by the looks of it. But they do need to be careful with this French cavalry. It's now there's more of it. And luring. It's not luring. It's looking very ominous. I can't even say words today. Clearly words are too hard for Pope today. Just gonna give up. But yeah, this cavalry basically is. I mean, you should charge off this infantry. What's trying to set up here desperately, or just fall back. Because I mean, if they get too engrossed in a fight here and don't rout this infantry quick, this cavalry's gonna come flying in and take them out. And they are getting deep into enemy territory with no support for their own infantry. But yeah, you can see line battle is fully engaged now. Just want to keep an eye on that cavalry. Looking glorious as ever. Nearly breaking this infantry unit. West Kent foot breaking. And there you go, the French have gone. I thought this bush here was all French casualties. I was really worried for a moment. I was like, oh my gosh. Over back on this side, looks like the British and the French are still having a bit of a skirmish, so we won't bother with that. And yeah, line infantry fight's still going on here. And the British cavalry retreat as well. Look at that rapid firing. Vive l'Empereur! That's what he's saying. They're cheering. At this point, actually, they wouldn't be. If they were in Egypt. British are taking quite a few casualties in comparison to the French. Oh, this is actually the Egypt. Sorry, this is the Egypt player. I don't know where the Peninsula Army is. Oh, it's just coming in here. The Peninsula Army is just here. So yeah, I'm not surprised actually that the Egypt Army is being outgunned, but the Peninsula Army should surely be doing quite a good job to the French, because this is quite a veteran army, and they're at like a similar technological stage at this point. I don't know whether there is any sort of like difference if you have earlier troops, like earlier period troops, whether they'll actually get outgunned by later period troops. I'm not really sure. Be interesting to see. But yeah, as you can see, the British setting off some good volleys here. Something's going on here. Danish are sending us across some cavalry. Nothing, and it's a good gap they found in the line. I don't know what they're going to go for. Maybe for this Saxon artillery. It's a 4-pounder there. Wouldn't be a bad target. Yeah, it looks like that is the target. There's a lot of cavalry around here, though, that of the Egyptian player that could send his cavalry in to save the day. But no, looks like this Saxon artillery is doomed. Yeah, that's gone. That's a very nice snipe there by the Danish cavalry. I don't know if that's really going to get out of there alive. They are already breaking nearly on their own. But they have routed that Saxon artillery, so that's a big win there. There you go, they got rid of it. I think that's a fairly good trade, that cavalry for that artillery piece. French back over here, still dueling it out with the British.
Sir, our general is under attack.
The general's under attack, I think. That's the Egyptian army. The French falling back. You can see what the casualties look like. Not too heavy at all, I'd say. About 30 or so men. To be fair, they don't look like they're taking out many, if any, of these units here at the peninsula. But then I think they were firing at these ones in front of them. Yeah, that looks like more like the case. The Egyptians didn't take it so well, I don't think. They lost quite a lot of troops over here. And the French are quite still happy to carry on fighting this fight by the looks of it. Salt here ready, just chilling out, just looking, ready for any action that's needed. Give some orders. And Saxony's so confident on his flank now that he's sending all his cavalry over here. These are huge units. Well, look, over 100 men in each one. These are cuirassiers. They will be nasty if they ever get to be used. They could break through just about any of this French line, I imagine. What have we got here? Grenadiers, Swiss Grenadiers. These guys look awesome. Oh, and they disappeared just like that. God damn it, line of sight. What have we got here? We've got an 8-pounder. Getting up quite close. It's putting holes into this British infantry here. Looks like the British are doing a bayonet charge. Yeah, it looks like they might be trying to do a bayonet charge. I don't know. They look like they were going to. You heard the cheers and stuff. Oh, the French and the British on this side. The French and the British having a huge cavalry fight. Which I'm going to say that the French are... Well, it's not even cavalry, I just realized. They just charged a line infantry unit in square. And they're feeling the pain from it. They are losing a lot of cavalry here, unnecessarily. And look at this. The Peninsula Army's having to send back a lot of infantry trying to support this now. Infantry that was going to be destined to help take out that French force there. And yeah, that one infantry unit and one cavalry unit, it's just cleared out so much cavalry. And now this unit can form line and just try and fight with these these other infantry, and they can bring this infantry here as the river crossing across to come support. That's a big win there for the French. That could be helpful. Back over here, looks like the French are now actually engaged. Looks like the British are going to make a foray across the river. The old guard here ready. Or the chasseurs, the old guard anyway. Can they deal with these peninsular scum? Who knows? Who knows? You can see them all the way over there in the distance. Artillery still going off. Trying to do damage to morale. There we go. Some nice volleys. Gunning down some of those sharpshooters. That was really nice. Sharpshooters becoming a bit of a meat shield, I have a feeling now, for this King German Legion light foot and the line infantry here of Britain. If they can break through this, I think there's not much else beyond. I don't think Iran really send too much over this way. You can see the big holes being put in these chasseurs here. This is the middle guard. So weird that they called it old guard, young guard, and then middle guard. I guess they're thinking middle-aged, maybe. I don't know. Middle-aged guard. They're doing a good job, to be fair. You need to get every gun firing right now. You need Persians to be firing. They are doing some damage though to these British. If they can get some good shots and get the morale down, they could break these guys. I don't know if the Saxon's not being a bit too overconfident here. I mean, actually, no. I think he's bringing most of his army here because this was kind of his assigned choke point to start with against Denmark. And really, it should have been this Peninsula army for Britain that was dealing with the old guard. But they did a good job in two-teaming him. They got the job done really well. Got still some Saxon units here. They'll be able to help. Over on this side, it looks like it's all going off. The British are... I think they must have had like a... must have been a cavalry charge or something here because they formed square. So there must have been a French cavalry charge. It doesn't look like it's gone so well. Might be in this Dragoon unit here. But they need to get out of square because these French infantry will just mop them up. They're in square and they're going to fire volleys into them. Here we go. They're getting shot in the backbone. Oh yeah, you can see the morale is getting really badly damaged from being shot in the back. They're heading forward with their general. Arthur Wesley is really far forward here. This could be a big risk. Hopefully that was a misclick or something because he needs to get back, does Arthur Wesley. I know he likes to lead from the front sometimes, but he should not be leading from the front. Oh, he needs to be careful because his infantry is starting to open fire. Oh yeah, this is not good. And this infantry needs to get back because they're double layering his troops. And there you go, a general's been killed.
This is a black day.
Whose general's been killed? That is Ralph Abercrombie's general. That's the Egyptian army's general. Is gone and been run down by some hussars here. And that is not good. And you can see that the British and the Saxons are now having a big cavalry fight here. The Cuirassiers up against a whole bunch of French cavalry. A lot of dragoons in here. Whether they can get the overwhelming charges is interesting. Yeah, they're trying to fall back. I think they're trying to chase this unit. And they're getting chopped up here. You can see the morale is just dropping poorly. But they need to... Oh yeah, the British going for a big infantry charge here. This is huge as well. So it's all kicking off now. The French are starting to look a bit dodgy on the morale though. This can go one way or the other. A bayonet charge can work for you, or it can actually like break your army and lose your gauge. So it's a really risky thing to do against these Swiss grenadiers as well. I don't think this is advisable. Who knows? I think they're trying to break through to these cannons and the general beyond. You see they are broken here. The line infantry's got through, and the British carry on. So it's been a success. The Swiss grenadiers looking a bit shaky as well. They need to get these guns in action quickly. An 8-pounder with canister into this unit. But I don't think they're going to fire that quickly. No, they're just going to charge into the back of this French unit here. So it looks like the French are going to win this cavalry fight. Possibly. I don't know. The Cuirassiers are sort of turning it around. And the British are running more over. Oh, the French might have bitten off more than they can chew. They may have. It's looking really dodgy over here. Denmark and Iran need to get moving, like, really quickly. Oh, an artillery shot in here right now would be perfect. Yeah, here we go. Firing in there. That was a really good shot into the masses of British troops. I don't know if that's canister or not. I think it might be. But it might have been a little bit too premature. I don't think they're... Oh, no, they've got to be in canister range, yeah. Just doesn't feel like they're destroying enough of the unit. We're going to see another one here, possibly. Quickly, load that gun. Quickly. They're coming. The British are coming. Oh, and then they go. And yeah, that gun's been silenced now. And that looks like it's going to be the Spanish army for the French gone. They've only got like 3 units left of infantry and assault. Yeah, most of their cavalry's been broken. They have an infantry unit here actually, so they've got 4. But yeah, most of their... Oh, they've got a lot of infantry over here that's just like all detached. It's because they're on such a vast front here of the Spanish forces. They need to get these infantry down and fighting quickly. They need to somehow keep... They need to probably retreat over here across the river crossing and then try and pincer the British. But I mean, they seem to be vastly outnumbered to the French. You can see the light dragoons running down, breaking troops. And the British are across here by the looks of it. Yeah, the British are across. They're fighting the Danish. The Danish aren't even assaulting over their front. They're coming to support the what was the old guard. And the Danish are gonna have to put up a stern front here. Look at the officer just out front with his sword, mind his own business. God, the crackle of muskets is great. This mod's just amazing. It's all the sounds so great. And I got Iranian cavalry coming in here. Coming into the flank, and they might rout this British unit. There is some French here. We've got some middle guard. They might want to rally. Don't know if they, if like the French player's just like left or something like that, or he's just not paying attention because he's got no men left. This unit's just getting gunned down in the back. The middle guard unit could be quite useful, even if it's just one. Got some more cavalry here. They could have possibly gone in for a charge. There's not a lot of cavalry here now for the British, so it would be a good time to use that superiority. Danish are breaking though. I don't think the Danish are just up to the fight against the British infantry. I think the British infantry is some of the best around. I mean, I don't know. Seems like they're trading quite well here at the moment. Red, they're both in red uniforms. This must be very confusing. Both just like, oh, you look very much like our allies or our own men. I've got sort of second thoughts about choosing you. Who knows? Maybe they don't. Maybe they just don't care. Maybe they can just hear the Danish shouting in Danish, British, and just gone, just kill those goddamn Danes. I prefer the Swedes anyway. The Danish here, forming. Oh no, trying to go for a charge. Sorry, but the British forming square, defending the flank. Very nice. Could just swing one of these units, try and go for John Moore. Wouldn't be the worst decision in the world. Or just could just swing around entirely. There's a bit of a gap here in the line forming. You could just go down, get John Moore. There's like a tiny unit of line infantry, but then there's Schützen behind that. And then you're kind of into the soft underbelly. If you can get through that, it's just obviously a bit of a risk. The Danish look like they've had enough though. They're going to retreat. Setting up more troops. They're retreating and going to make another line somewhere by the looks of it. Looks like the British are having their farmhouse just shelled on. That's, yeah. Clearly shows how much the Persians appreciate them being in that house. You got the Iranians here, or the Iranians and Persians, same thing really. Just holding up the choke point here. I haven't seen any like proper line infantry from them yet. If they've got any, that's the real question. Oh, here we go, Iranian line infantry. Perfect timing. Couldn't have come at a better time. Yeah, these guys look pretty cool. We've got is this more? That's Iranian cavalry. It's just like the Iranians and the Danish are basically just going to attack in the same spots. I'm just not even going to contest that center spot. Iranian ninja is quite cool, won't lie. Like, they've got like tall fezzes for helmets or hats, whatever you call them. Look awesome. A nice volley shooting at some of those British. Oh, another charge here by the British, so they're just charging into the French. Got some grenadiers here. These surely won't break. These are grenadiers. Surely eventually these British charges are going to fail. Surely. I don't know. Morale's looking pretty good. Oh, maybe not so much now for the British. Might break. Yeah, there you go. Starting to break. I think this line infantry here firing point blank range into the British isn't helping. Could be wrong. There's 4 units of British in here taking on one grenadier. Yeah, you can see they're firing like point blank in there. A general has been killed. Oh, they killed Sol. Was that just a rogue shot? Was that a cannonball? I wasn't quite sure, but literally they killed one man. Oh no, well, there was already 5 dead, but there was 11 of them here, and the one person that got killed was Sol, and that's actually doing a lot of damage for morale now for the remaining French units here. I think if Sol hadn't died, they might have been able to hold back that. attack. So with the Persians to support. Still got an artillery piece all the way over here. And they still got French units here as well. They could have really done with getting them into the combat. French having to turn unit around, face these light foot. I mean, this is really good. We can just take out tiny little units like this piece by piece. It is slowing them down though a lot to support this front over here. British still chasing down the Danish. The Danish have got a lot more troops now. They've acquired more men. And the better the longer they fall back, the more this British line is just stretched out. The longer it's going to take for reinforcements to arrive. And so they could overextend quite quickly, could the British, and that could be their downfall. Looks like the Danish are back to their skirmishing duties, just shooting any musketeers that just appear here. But it's really all going over here, really. Like, looks like the French and the Persians are basically finished. The Persians are basically, well, taking over all duties. The French are kind of finished. They're shooting retreating French, I'd like to hope, and advancing British. Yeah, these personally, these infantry, some of them don't really give me much confidence. This one kind of does. The bright yellow, blue trousers, they kind of give me some confidence that these guys might be able to hold. But some of their units are just like in really ragtag uniforms. Do not give me confidence that they're going to hold against the elite British lines. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Got to keep those British off our side of the river. They keep trying to make forays across. Let me see over here. Looks like the Danish are going to probably try and defend this little slope, I would say. They can't go much further back because otherwise they're going to have to give up this this choke point as well. The Danish have really moved up. They are really going to try and get some easy shots on these musketeers. I guess that must be the most annoying thing in the world, being like a musketeer here, and you just got to watch and stand as these sharpshooters just shoot you. But they've had enough. Saxony's had enough. He's going to send up his infantry. He's going to try and kill these goddamn skirmishers. These cowards of men that have to have better rifles to shoot a closer distance, further distances. Sorry. Why not use like a good old Brown Bess musket and just fire at point blank range and still miss? Persians here don't really do much. Here we go. This is like a regular unit again. Britain taking a lot of gold casualties here. They need to just send. I think if they go in full force with everything they have here across this river, they overwhelm them with just numbers, sheer numbers of guns. The Britain has cleared up the French over here. There's like 3 or 4 French units. I wonder whether they... Oh, no, they haven't. They just scared them off. They've not cleared them up at all. They just scared them off with like 6 or so more units of infantry. They should just turn that infantry around like they are now. And that gun, they've got a 6-pounder there. Just turn that on the Persians here. Rout the Persians. You can just get across this choke point, and now then you're finally across this side of the river. More infantry coming up by the Persians. They really aren't bothering with their center point. That's another thing. Like Britain, like the British forces here, they could possibly make a push with the Saxons across here, I think. And I don't think the Persians could hold them back. I don't think they've got masses. Denmark's all the way over here really defending against this Britain army. And Persia seems to be sending more and more up to come and defend the other British Peninsula army. And the Egyptians. Can't forget the Egyptian expedition force. And it's still the red on red here. We've got the red uniform civil war going on. It looks like Denmark's going to make another stand here. These are some really depleted units though for Britain. I mean, I don't know if they were the biggest to start with. No, 87, 86. They weren't the biggest to start with. But they're not big anyway now, certainly. They've been even more depleted, these units. And I mean, they're going to have to try and get through a fairly substantial Danish defense here. These are pretty fresh units. Cavalry coming in. Yeah, you can see like the Saxon unit here try to stop them. Why didn't they go for John Moore? They should have gone for John Moore, and they're getting shot up now, the British by artillery. Even better. And there you go, taking out the shots, and now go for John Moore. Like, they need to get him before, well, he's realized now. And they're going to turn some infantry around, try and stop it. But they should have just gone from early doors. If they can break this British army quickly, and there you go, an artillery piece as well. I think that's actually what they wanted to go for. Go for this British artillery piece. Not a bad trade. I would think if you could get John Moore, though, you could definitely break most of his infantry easily in an infantry fight. General's been killed. That's John Moore gone. John Moore was taken out, so that's a big win. And the Danish have got the artillery. So that's a really big win there. That's kind of nullified this flanking force, I think. Now Denmark can take the advantage. He can push forward. You can see he's doing just so. And he's going to take the... He's got the numbers. He's got the morale now. He's got artillery support. He should win that fight. Over on this side. Probably could go on the push against Saxony here next. Once he's like destroyed this flank, he could definitely take on Saxony, I think. Looks like Iran/Persia is held on, or still is holding on. And we have a volley men for the Shah, for Persia. There we go. Yeah, they don't fire in very good volleys, the Persians. They kind of fire when they fancy it. Don't think that's a very good way of fighting men. I have a feeling these guys must be like really bad troops. It must be like militia level. I wonder if the Iranians have really good cavalry. I've not really seen much of it, but I would have thought their strength would have been their cavalry. I thought they'd have like stuff like Scipione lancers and stuff like that, possibly a bit like the Turks. I could be wrong, obviously. Britain in retreat here. Obviously, that's probably the right move. He is well overextended. They actually have very little here now because the British and the Saxons were just transferring so much across. They are kind of out of troops here. But the British got a really nice position here with their peninsula artillery. Just firing into the flanks of the Danish at every opportunity. Yeah, that's very nice, very nice. Stephen Galway with his 9-pounder. British is like firing a volley and then retreating. We just get shot in the back every so often. That's not helping him. That will not be healthy. Britain's still firing over here. Just, what is Persia's formation here? I'm sorry, what is this? Like certainly that unit there. Pied Nizam Pashtun, or however you say that. That is just in a weird formation. Coltrane Guards here. This is a good unit. They'll hold for a long time, I imagine. I say that and they break. Of course, the curse of the commentator. Coldstream cards break as soon as I say, oh, they'll hold for a long time. Britain's looking a little thin on the ground. Looking a bit thin on the ground. They've got a lot of forces in the centre that I feel like are just unnecessarily there. Got some cuirassiers. They could definitely do going across somewhere to influence the battle. But we will see. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit.
Men are running, sir.
Not like masses going on. I mean, I think the only real fighting is on these two fronts here. Well, actually, it looks like Denmark's taking the defensive now. Already given up his assault against these British troops. He has 4 against, well, it looks like about 8 units here. And he's still not confident he's going to win that. Shows the quality of the British. Persia on this side. Persia's actually flanking quite nicely. Persia's getting some good flanks here on this Egyptian army of the British. And the French are still in this. They're still over here. Defiantly fighting these men. When they really should have been put out of their misery a long time ago. They're breaking the British here. This is the Egyptian army, which has just lost... well, it's actually lost Abercrombie a long time ago, actually. That's big. So the British might lose here. They were going to win, it looked like a long time ago. What's this unit here? Mounted rifles. Okay. Yeah, Britain's in full retreat. I think they should have just overwhelmed the Persians earlier when the French were still breaking. That would have been the better move. Instead, they sent their like 6 or so units just chasing after 3 British units. That probably wasn't a great idea. This building is still getting focused on, or it has been focused on. It seems to be like more smoky every time I come over here. Smoke billowing off it. Danish seem to be in a bit of trouble. What happened to the Danish army? Did it just disappear, I presume? I'm going to presume it disappeared. Would have thought these guys could see it, but maybe not. They're retreating. Let's fast forward again. Nothing really going on. It's a bit of a dead space, this bit. You imagine that Persia is quite confident. I don't think we've seen all of Persia's army yet either. They've got to have more troops, I would have thought. If they don't, surely the British now as well can probably slide through here. They can get back to this front line. I mean, maybe they don't want to. Maybe they just want to defend this riverbed. And just annoy this mounted rifle unit here. But they're just going to get slowly executed by this 6-pounder. Which is doing some absolutely devilish work. Yeah, and there you go. The Persians you can no longer see. That's it for them. Someone's coming across. The Persians are coming across the river. So this is the first move we've seen here by the Persians. What they're sending in? They're sending in some of these. These have got to be like peasant units. I don't think they're going to be stopping any of the line infantry of the British. Look at that poor guy. That poor one guy just gone in there, opened up an absolute hornet's nest. Just every single British gun just fired as soon as he came in, and somehow he didn't die. Very impressive. I don't know if Persia's got like any sword units, but that would have been great to have in here. I know like in Empire and in like Napoleon, I think like the Ottomans have like loads of sword units. They're really good in combat. Kind of cool if Persia had the same. They're actually winning this fight though. Look at this. Well, I say that, they're not now. Oh dear, why did I have to open my mouth? Persia looks like they're going to take it. Looks like they're sending in more units here. Britain's just not wanting to lose this building just yet. And the Danish now coming across. The Danish seem to have troops everywhere. Just literally everywhere. And then we have a line infantry fight going on here in the river. Denmark is making another push here. I wonder if Denmark's just got a lot of really cheap troops. Quite possibly. I'll tell you one thing though. They need more. They need more. I think Britain's just got such elite troops that it's just going to be so hard to break through. They need a bit of a miracle. And I mean, to be fair, the Saxons could be the soft underbelly that they're looking for. Could be the soft underbelly they're looking for. I think they're one of the few armies left with a general. Denmark is really making a bridgehead here, though. Don't know why they don't. I'm gonna take that back. I was about to say I don't know why they don't assault this building again. This building is gonna be hard to take, I think. I think they broke. No, this Devonshire's held on. Yeah, attacking buildings is never. It's never healthy, I don't think. I think you're better just to avoid them. I think you could just outmaneuver them and just take out the rest of the armies and just leave the unit that's just like in a building. And then come back for it at the end, possibly, if you have the men. I always leave them. I just don't see the need to attack them. Denmark retreating over here. Maybe the soft underbelly was not as soft as they believed it was. Don't know where the Danish army's gone here. It's just scared off the British and some of the Saxons. And I think maybe these Danish forces might have retreated. They may be coming over here to support this choke point now, or this one over here that they've just opened up. Here we go. You can see a re-engagement of the red versus red uniforms. Gunning down those Coldstream. Oh, there's the Highlanders. Highlanders in the background. I thought they were not Coldstream Guards, Connaught Rangers. See the Connaught Rangers all the way back there, though. Or Converged Light Infantry. Not Connaught. Why do I think they were Connaught? Converged Light Infantry. There you go. Someone probably already picked up on that and thought, Pope, you're being an absolute idiot. They're not Connaught Rangers at all. These are foot Highlanders, yeah. These are really cool. They got their kilts on. Angry Scotsmen. Doing absolute wonders. For king and country. They've broken that unit already. Yeah, this is not a good sign for the Danish. Their infantry, they're outnumbered here. Outgunned. And they don't seem to have the morale. The French have managed to get back to the Persian troops by the looks of it. They have lost a unit. But they are actually back here and they are in the fight again. So that's really good. I'm glad to see the French are back. They probably need to turn their unit though and face this unit here. The Poppin' Jays. Some weird names us Brits gave to our units. I don't know, did we hate them or love them? Because I feel like if you're giving a name like that to a regiment, you've got to hate the unit. Can't see how you can ever give that with love. Looks like this is all line infantry here, just setting up. A good volley is needed here, man. A good reload first, maybe. That's not bad. I mean, getting the morale down, you need to get a good concentrated volley. That might break the Highlanders in one. Look at that, getting pretty beaten up. Got to remember the British have no generals, or they have very few generals. I think they might have one. See artillery going off as well. Come on, break this Highlander. There you go. They have broken the Highlanders. That's the Highlanders gone. And yeah, this is the Egypt army, so they have like no general. Abercrombie died a long time ago. Now they're on to the converged light infantry. I doubt the converged light infantry is good. I don't think these Chasseurs Britannicus would be good either. I think these are like French royalists that have joined the British. I think it's something like that. If they're in a French, because they're using a, well, they're using French words, put it like that. So I think they're French royalists that have joined the British. I could be wrong though. Don't know where the Danish are. Oh, we've got a bit. We've got a, yeah, this is a 12-pound repair. I don't think any of the eastern units do small artillery. I think it's big or nothing. Go big or go home. That's a big artillery piece there by the Persians. They've got equally big hats. It's coming down to, it is coming to a very close finish. Looks like the French are just now going to be duking out here with the British. If they could break that unit, certainly with the help of the Persians in the flank. Really nicely done there. Persians are taking a bit of a beating here though. They are breaking as well. Oh no, falling back. Look at all the bodies. Doesn't seem like a lot, but this is a lot of men dead. Look at that. This unit's gonna be gone as well. And they've got cavalry of the British still, which I think is the, like one of the advantages they have. These are mounted rifles. I presume that they are like a bit of a skirmish cab possibly. They probably fire like some shots off. I don't know. Interesting to see. I don't think I've seen them in action yet.
Our men are running, sir.
Men breaking over here. Oh, more of the Egyptian army breaking. The Danish just seem to be holding on. And we've got more Persians coming across. I wonder if the Persians and the Danish have large armies. They're just made of cheap troops. Or they're just moving their armies around really quickly. Because they seem to be everywhere and anywhere at the moment. They don't want these two units inside each other. They want to get like this small regular unit. Maybe out to the flank, maybe... I don't know. Anywhere else. Anywhere else would work. Just don't want it in that unit because otherwise you get shot to pieces with friendly fire. French have rallied one of their units. Rallied their French line infantry. What's over here? This is all Egypt. Egypt. This is not a good sign because Egypt seems to be breaking a pretty quick rate at the moment. Yeah, this is not good at all. Abercrombie, yeah, this is Ralph Abercrombie here. Minus Ralph Abercrombie. It's just his officer
Our
unit.
men are running, sir.
Got more breaking here. The Danish are breaking through. Little by little. Last thing they need to do though is charge. Oh yeah, look at this. They've just had another one break. There's not charging in this building. Charging into that building. There are 150 British in there. And that is not a good sight. You don't want to see 150 British men in a single building. They're probably all drunk anyway as well. Drunk, angry men. Fighting for their king. Firing all the way over there at the Saxons. I think they need to really push on the Saxons here. They could get through. But I don't know where the rest of their troops are. I don't know if they might keep sending more and more troops over here, because it seems to keep having units appear. I wonder if they were the ones who were. I was going to say, I wonder what the ones are there. Sorry, apologies for yawning. I don't know why I'm yawning. But yeah, they did carry on the chase with the Danish. So the Danish have a lot of troops here. This is most of their main army pushing up here. Thing is, they have so many units stacked in this building. King's German Legion foot. King's German Legion foot. King's German Legion foot. There you go. And the Karassis are here. Oh boy, I forgot about these guys. I forgot about these guys. These guys might do a lot of damage. They could probably rack up a lot of kills on that Danish army alone. Not just a small portion of it. I bet they could run down the entire line, kill every single one. A lot of bodies in the river. This river is certainly not going to be drinkable. The water will not be drinkable anyway. They're still not having success here. Here we go, the cavalry's got in, the mounted rifles, and they're going to rout these poor Danish. The Danish, they were doing such a good job. Doing such a good job. Persians breaking there. Look, this unit just breaks as soon as it like turns around and gets shot in the back. Not a good sign of a good unit. Looks like the Prussians. Wow. Persians, third attempt, lucky. There you go. Prussians, oh dear. You know what? Just, I'll wing it. They're the Prussians now, apparently. Prussians are the French. The Persians are the French. They are seem to be pushing back the British. It's pretty evenly matched, which is not good. I think these Persian units just aren't good enough to break through. I mean, they got some decent ones, like these ones here, but they're pretty banged up now. They're not like at the 106 that they used to be. Britain's taken the river crossing here, and Denmark and Persia have to kind of just stand and watch. More infantry. This is more of the elite stuff coming up. Or the more elite stuff, I should say. And it's just the general back there. Running out of stuff. Both sides running out of stuff. Denmark is still persisting here against Saxony. Though I don't know what good that's really doing. Karasi is kind of showing their position, which is probably not a great idea. But then, can Denmark really stop them anyway, if you can see them or not? Probably not. Look at this. 4 units taking on 1 musketeer. It's going to be absolute murder. For the 4 units, because this Karasi unit's coming in still, and it's going to do a lot of damage, I'm sure of it. Lovely volley. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Gun these Saxons down. I hope you can play the Saxons on both sides. I actually haven't checked that, because obviously the Saxons changed sides during the Leipzig battle. They're actually taking their men out of the building. Don't know if that was really a great idea. These units are probably safer in the building. I know they're getting shelled, but it's really taking a long time to shell a building in this game. I don't even know where the artillery is. It's probably this one all the way over here, that 12-pounder. But here come the Crassiers. They are coming. Gonna form square. This is a lifeguards, a life corps. Forming square. Yeah, the other units can't seem to form square. Just as line infantry is not good enough to form square. Got a few shots off, nothing major. I go after these ones here. Looks like they're gonna try it, but who knows? Yeah, the British are just getting out of the building because they want to flank here. Can form square. That's a good sign. So all these units can form square. They're pretty safe until they get shot by infantry. Maybe they don't even need to use the cavalry, just make all the units form square, and then bring the infantry up to support. This is why I think cavalry and infantry work so well together. Like, a lot of players send cavalry in on its own and expect it to like go and get a game-changing result. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you need infantry to work it. And you see there with the Saxon player, I don't know whether he was doing it intentionally, but he managed to like break a couple of units and not even commit his cavalry. Might have lost a few cavalry, yes, but he forced the enemy to form square and get shot. Britain is getting chased down by France. I don't know if he really has to get chased down. I think he can probably take these guys on. Whether he has the morale is the question. You can see, I'm just going to fast forward again. Nothing really going on. If there's a Karassia charge here, that would be quite good, but doesn't look like there's going to be one coming anytime soon. They seem quite happy with just running down broken troops. They might try and get a charge off on these units here. Yeah, here they go.
Our men are running, sir.
Here they go. Breaking that unit, and then they could probably go after the rest of these Danish troops here, and then that's probably a good night Vienna for these Danish troops. Looks like it's going to start with the Saxon cav and it's going to end with the Saxon cav. Oh, you got this 6-pounder up here. That's what's shelling that building. Trying to help over here as well. But yeah, it looks like it's just going to come down to time. It doesn't look like anyone's going to win. I would say that given time, the Saxons and the British would win. I can't see the French or the Persians or the Danish turning this one around. Sir. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of... this is all Egypt, I remember. So maybe Egypt wouldn't have actually won this fight. Or Britain wouldn't have won this fight because the British-Egypt force is just not strong. Not strong, especially not with the general. I mean, it's good. It's strong when it has a general, just not currently because it's lost theirs. They have lost it somewhere. I love the officer unit though. Look at him. He's just wearing a top hat. That's a very British move. I like that. Very strong move to take. He's a gentleman. And yeah, you can see the time is just about to run out. And it looks like, oh, we're going to have a one. Oh, we had a cavalry charge just there at the end there. Did kind of just miss that. That was a load of those lances. This was the really elite cavalry that I was talking about that I thought they'd have. So yeah, kind of a shame that we didn't see that really in action until the very end there. But yeah, so well done to the British. I would say that it's a draw, but they get a victory on holding the point. I believe the British held 1 point, while the French and their allies didn't actually hold any points. Didn't have any men in any buildings, I don't think. But I may be wrong. But yeah, well done to all of the British players. I think this was sent in by Caniption here, who was playing as the Egyptian army for the British. He got a good amount of kills. Got the most kills actually for his side, even though he lost his general. Also brought the largest army, so no wonder he seemed to be in every single position. But well done to Bambi, well done to Obstek, well done to Caniption, and well done to Sexmeister, who is they were all playing as the allies, you'll call them, the British and the Saxons. But also well done to without Trez, Alpha Bean, Kohan and Reed, all doing very well playing the opponents. They all did quite well. I mean, actually, the Guard Imperial here had a really hard time. Look at that, 400, not even 500 kills. Quickly have a look at some of the unit stats. You got that Mounted Rifles unit getting 189 kills, actually. Light Dragoons here getting 87. And if you want to have a look at some of the other kills, there you go. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this NTW3 battle, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, Legionnaires, bye for now.